DBS Plays.
It's a Let's Play. Welcome back to the Egg Carrier, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to play some, well, watching a previous recording of me playing, and a cutscene's about to play, I think.
Don't get too many ideas, you fools! You haven't seen the power this vessel really has! Get a load of this!
Oh, wow! It's changed shape. Did you see that?
Darn! This makes it harder for us to get to the bridge.
I hate it when he doesn't listen.
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. Find out if you can figure this one out.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll show you. Bring it on.
Seems like this just varies in, like, how big it is. It's like, right now, it's not that big, but then...
This must be the way to the sky deck.
This is the way the cutscene played there. Anyway, but then when you get to the sky deck, it's like, all of a sudden this thing is a lot bigger than, you know... It seems like it just varies in height, or in how big it is. I don't know. So... this level really does kind of show off some problems with the physics in this game. Like, this is probably... I can't remember if this one or if I'm thinking of another one that's like one of the worst to show off the physics of the game. It's because, like, you know, it's one of those things where you barely make a turn, or you barely do something, it's very sensitive, and it also shows that this isn't always the best thing to use. Because I just died there because I used that thing rather than how they intended for me to use it. But, you know. Yeah, like this right here, like you see how the physics are. I just hit the mic there on accident. Or the filter of it. But, you know, I'm not sure why I have a filter on it right now, because technically, I don't actually need it. I'm kind of talking like above it, the way I have it, situated right now. Luckily, I did think to pass through all that. Let's see, and now this is really weird. Woohoo! Like the way they do this. And then, like, right there, it looks like Sonic's eyes or Sonic's pupils are just gone. It's really weird. But anyway. So, let's see, what else is there to talk about? Words. I know, like, last one or two parts, however I'm doing this, I talked more about the Sonic series in general rather than this game. So, or most of it. I talked about like stuff around there. I guess I was just trying to make conversation while we watched this. So, but yeah, I mean, not that that's a bad thing, just to talk. You know, I mean, that's what we do in this show, is like we either talk about the game or that we're playing, or just something else. I guess I'll do the same thing here. This is really interesting, the way that's set up, but, let's see. Yeah, if they do, you know, there's been a discussion of a remake of this game. Now, obviously, just because Satoru Iwata, whatever his name is, had talked about doing a remake of this. Obviously, that didn't really mean that. They didn't really officially say, "Oh yes, it's gonna happen." However, they didn't also confirm that it wasn't. That it was just a thought. It's possible he could have hinted. It's either way. It's a 50-50 chance that a remake is gonna happen. Either he was saying that, hinting that they are working on one, or it really is just maybe if we ever do that someday, we might remake this, you know. But yeah, it'd be cool. Honestly, the way I see it is, it would be cool if they had it to where maybe they remake the first two Sonic Adventure games to kind of bring into a more modern look and stuff, and then finally come out with a Sonic Adventure 3. Like, I thought that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I did pause it here for a bit. I feel like I could have taken out a little more of the, you know, that was kind of me trying to indicate, yes, this is when you should, you know, because when I was editing this, I didn't really watch the whole thing, and, you know, there were parts that I remember to fast forward through and stuff, but like, whenever I pause it and keep it paused for a bit, that's when it indicates, yes, you should skip this, and, you know, while you're editing. So that way, whenever I'm doing that, let's see, I'm checking my phone here too, but luckily you can see me play as I'm doing this. Let's see. Yeah, it's just like words that I'm gonna mumble out because I'm messaging someone. But yeah, yeah, I was trying to skip all that. It didn't let me. Unfortunately, it did not let me do that. I had to go the way they wanted me to. I think I may have, like, fallen a few times on here. I can't remember for sure. I guess we'll see here soon. But like, you know, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, going back to the adventure thing. Yeah, I really don't like this level. I know what they were trying to do with it, but it just, you know, just isn't really all that fun. But what I was gonna say was, yeah, look at this. I was trying to get off there, and it just wouldn't. It took stupid me a bit to realize that I can. Yeah, I kept trying to jump off without realizing I could just drop off. That's probably what they were intending for me to do in the first place, but, you know, while going backwards, apparently. But, yeah, Sonic Adventure Remake, like, if they could remake the first two, I mean, the second one seems to be fine enough, but it still has its problems. So, doing a remake and fixing most of the problems would be nice. Now, if they, oh lord, yeah, I've skipped a checkpoint, but luckily I didn't lose a life. So, whatever I was doing this, I remember that I didn't lose a life. But yeah, just trying to go through there, just like the physics are like, you know. But yeah, if we could get a remake of these two games. Yeah, I was trying to get through there, and it was just like, what is going on here? See, that's what I mean by, like, this game is not a. I wouldn't say this game is completely, you know, flawless and all right. I think it's still a lot better. I think it's still really good,
Yes.
all things considered. But, you know,
Yeah, not bad.
yeah, see, it's not bad. So, you know, all things considered, it's still a great game overall.
Is that it?
It might be. But let's check out the bridge.
Because it just feels really satisfying to just move around as Sonic. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, I like to mess around with this stuff, usually. And do that. Just get the big one there. But then I'd show off like how you do it. Yeah, this is how you get into the Chow Garden and or how you first enter the Chow Garden, or if you just want to go this way in general for the Eggman's place, which is basically a beach with a big Eggman missile in it, which you'll see. This is what I mean by, like, it's nice to have a really big area for the Chow. Like, this is even bigger than Sonic Adventure 2's, like, way bigger. The problem is, as cool as it is to have a huge garden, and like this is a really nice looking one. I mean, obviously you got the technology just supposed to throw it off a little bit, but as nice as it is a bit too big. Like it's a little too big for, you know, to keep up with the Chow and stuff. Like if they could have something. If they could have something more akin to, like, just basically, if they make a Chow Garden in a new Sonic Adventure, like say they finally come out with Sonic Adventure 3, either they need to make it between the sizes of this game, like that place, and Sonic Adventure 2's Chow Gardens, or they should have it to where, I'll mess around with it again. It's just funny the way they do that stuff. But they need to have it either between those or have a huge one that just, where you just, but there's an easier way to keep up with them or something. Like, okay, here's some improvements I think they should do over the Chow Gardens. Don't have it last as long to have them transform. Like, if I can understand doing it the way they did when it comes to, like, you know, time only passes when you're in the gardens. That's understandable. But I'll wait for a bit to talk about it more.
Ha! You're too late!
Not the birdie! Chaos Emerald! No way!
Be gone, all of you! This is all I really need.
Gamma!
Gamma!
What is your wish, Master Robotnik?
Get rid of these pests! Show them what you've got!
Aye, aye, sir.
And don't disappoint me, or else...
Or else what, you big loser?
Resistance is weak.
Stop it, Sonic!
Step aside, Amy! Out of my way!
No! This robot is my friend! He helped me! Don't hurt him!
Okay. Whatever you say. You must have your reasons.
Hey, the ship is losing altitude!
Hurry, Tails! Take Amy and get out of here!
Well, what about you?
position.
I'm actually not really sure why I didn't talk through the fight there, but I guess because it was so short, I just, you know...
Are you okay?
It's just like...
The egg carrier is losing altitude.
Auto recovery system activated.
So yeah, oh yeah, what was it?
Go to the captain's room.
If I'm to continue, I need to change this ship back to its original shape. There must be a switch somewhere on the bridge. I've got to find it now.
Whoa.
If you turn this switch on, rings will appear on the floor.
Oh yeah, I can't open those doors. You know, I kept forgetting. I remember that I forgot to check all the rooms and stuff as other characters.
The switch to transform the egg carrier is somewhere in this room.
Yeah, where is that switch at? There we go.
Emergency alert has been cancelled. Resuming monorail operation.
The ship is losing altitude. Oh Lord.
Robotnik ran away
Alright.
toward the front of the ship. Hurry up and catch him.
Better hurry up and catch him. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the Chow Garden, but yeah, if they wanted to improve, they could still have it to where I was just checking around for like other things, but when I was recording this, but like if they wanted to improve the Chow Gardens, what they could do is, okay, when it comes to them transforming, don't make it 9 hours of in-garden time. Make it more like 6 hours or something like that. 5 or 6 hours in the garden. And give you a lot to do in the garden to make you want to sit there for a long period of time. You know? Like, yeah, watching the Chow is great, but...
Oh no! Not again! Chaos! Could this be the same beast?
Oh yes! Attack Sonic now!
Froggy? I must say Froggy!
If he's your friend, I'll help you. Just leave it to me.
Now I have 6 of the Chaos Emeralds. There's only one more left to find. I even found Chaos's missing tail.
You won't get away with this, you madman!
I will. You're no match for Chaos, even though he's not perfected yet. Okay, Chaos. Destroy them all immediately.
I think he's supposed to have a bit of a frog look to him. Unless he's just supposed to have like a bit of a bug look or something. You freeze him and he...
No way! I can't believe this!
By the way, this is the last form of Chaos you fight him as right now. Like in terms of normal... In terms of normal gameplay stuff with everyone's character, it's like this is... I mean, not everyone fights Chaos. I think Amy... No, Gamma as well. Amy and Gamma are the only ones that don't fight Chaos. In general, like at all. Now, the ones who fight Chaos 6, the characters that fight Chaos 6 are obviously Sonic, Knuckles, and Big.
Hey, I'll play with you some
And you'll see how it is with Big a bit later on. Whenever we get to Big's thing. So, you know. Oh dear, no way, I can't believe this. Oh, shoot.
Sonic!
Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey there, Knuckles. Glad you finally made it. I thought you got lost or something.
Until we meet again, Sonic!
Stop! Come back here!
You know, I guess I could have paused it while it was ringing. But anyway, no, we don't get an Atari sound this time. He just kind of falls and flattens a little bit and does weird arm things.
I hate Eggman. Where's this?
But yeah.
That light. I think it's trying to show me something.
Oh, look, a pyramid or thing. Oh, you can now play as Big. But yeah, the ones who fight Chaos in general are, well, obviously, you know, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Big. Those are the ones who fight Chaos in general. But you know, there is literally only one boss fight with Amy. And there's technically the one who has the most amount of boss fights, I think, might be Gamma. Unless it's Sonic, either Sonic or Gamma, because if you count what he does in the story as doing boss fights, you know. I was just screwing around. Most of this you just see me just screwing around because it feels really good just to run around as Sonic like this, or run around as the characters in a hub world. I don't remember exactly what I was looking for, but you know, I was just looking around at stuff. But anyway, so this is fun. I think Sonic, unless I'm mistaken, I think Sonic visits every area, just about every area in the game. Okay, there's one area he doesn't that I can remember. Not that everyone visits some of the areas, you know, depending on what they are, but with Sonic, obviously, I mean, he's the main character, so he has the longest story in the game. Which, you know, again, makes sense. It's Sonic, so Tails' story is a lot like Sonic's. It's just that, like, different structure and stuff, and you know, some differences here and there, but overall, Sonic has the longest story. Now, the one who has the longest type of gameplay is still Sonic, unless you have a hard time with Big and Knuckles and stuff like that. Amy is slow, but keep getting calls. It's not from people I want to talk to either. Let's see, what was I gonna say? Distracted by the phone there. So yeah, Sonic has the longest story overall. That's where I was getting at. It's like one of the only times it's been equaled out in terms of like how long someone's story is in a Sonic game that I can remember. When it comes to the ones that have multiple stories, I think is Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes has the, I mean, Amy's Team Rose's story is really short, but that's only because the levels are like cut in half basically because of because it's basically supposed to be easy mode. But other than that, it's pretty much balanced out in terms of how long the stories are. I don't know why I was saying there for a second, but okay. There could have been a reason, but I don't always remember everything, so. Like, honestly, this is my first time, like, whenever I record these are my first times actually watching these after I recorded them. And this is like a few days or like a week or so after I recorded it. Yeah, I've been meaning to get to this, like, obviously as I'm recording this, you might be seeing this. I don't know exactly when you're going to be seeing this. I'm sure it might still be April. Who knows? Could be May. But at the time I'm recording this, it is like about mid-April, so. So it's not too bad. Yeah, it's mid-April, and like I said, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be like near the end of April or beginning of May or something, and hey, look at that, I paused it again. The way you can tell, one way you can tell that I actually did pause it and like, you know, like didn't, and I actually skipped it is if you hear the music. It like skips a little bit because apparently whenever you pause it, the music keeps going even though you don't hear it. I mean, it could have been worse though.